Let me check. We might be live. I don't know. We'll find out. We're live.
Yeah.
We did it. Yeah. Welcome to episode
episode
24 of AllChatPod. We're joined by Noah today. Kendall is left, but there is a tier list to start, and then we'll just talk about
Noah,
who knows.
Yeah.
What is going
who
on?
is your favorite Justice League member from the original 7?
Oh my god. Damn, dude. That's a tough
From
one.
the OGs.
The OGs.
The 7 OGs.
See, that's the thing, because, like, okay. So Batman is my all-time favorite superhero. I have to say that. Like,
I like Batman.
I'm not gonna front,
Batman.
but okay. But in the context of Justice League, I don't know if Batman is my favorite.
I don't know,
Justice
dude.
League
Batman has a
is its
plan
own
for every
thing.
single one.
I know, and he's like their
Yeah.
dad. He's like the dad of the Justice League. Like, I get it. Like, I guess I'm gonna have to go Batman, but I have to say I love Flash.
Flash is my favorite.
Love Flash.
Flash is awesome.
And I fuck with Green Lantern too. John Stewart Green Lantern, Black Green Lantern. Fuck Hal Jordan.
Yeah, Hal Jordan's Green Lantern was lame.
But I guess the B-Man. Yeah, I have to go with B-Man.
The one, so growing up, I never understood. So Martian Manhunter, I just never knew about him.
Oh, I think he's cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Underrated, dude. He's underrated.
Martian Manhunter's great. Ooh, Martian Manhunter's great.
See, I don't think there's any like bad. Maybe like
No,
what's
no bad
Aquaman?
choices.
Let's do Aquaman. Let's get him
Well,
done
so
first.
Aquaman's my favorite.
See, Aquaman's low-key, like, buck wild, though. Like when he goes to war with Wonder Woman in Flashpoint, oh my god, that shit's crazy.
I mean, my favorite part about what is it? There is a part of the Aquaman post-crisis arc or whatever in some sort of comic. He has the power to, like, because he's like telekinetic or whatever with animals, he can induce seizures in people. And yeah, he can breathe underwater, stealth mastery, yada yada.
That's my favorite power of his, induced seizure.
He can induce seizures, break or destroy someone's mind, and remove or create alternate personalities. I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay, that's some pretty like metal abilities that he has.
Ever since I heard the seizures, like you look at
That's
someone
really
give him a
hardcore.
seizure, I was like, I'm kind of scared of that.
Yeah, like Aquaman, S tier. All right, let's start with Batman. He's number 1.
Batman's definitely S tier. I feel like you can't.
Yeah, he's
S
a S tier, yeah, absolutely.
He has a plan. He has a plan to kill every single one of his teammates.
Batman has his shit together.
Yeah, Batman is
absolutely
awesome.
organized.
Superman, F tier, F tier. I'm just kidding.
The best DC comics are, like, of all time, if we're just judging from, like, objective artistic merit, are Batman comics.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Agreed.
I agree with that.
Superman,
no.
I think he's overrated, but I mean, he's still like, he's just like, his powers are
always
so
had
OP.
Like, I can't hate on Superman because I feel like it's just like, it is just like
He's the OG
classic.
superhero.
How
yeah.
old is he?
He's old as fuck.
He's older than time itself. No, he's
Oof.
actually not that old.
1938. He's from fucking
Yeah.
1938. He's from the before World War II. So
Yeah.
we can give him a little slack for being a little
Okay,
like
but
dorky in his powers.
But I have to but I have to say, like, I do think it's kind of lame that, like, in every crossover event, like every crisis event, it always comes down to, like, Superman just, like, punching something.
Really
then
hard.
Yeah, and then everything's fixed. Like,
Yeah.
like people
Yeah, it's
come back
kinda
to
lame.
life.
That's what I was saying. Is like growing up, I've never been excited by Superman.
Right.
I don't hate on him, but he bores me a little bit.
I
And then
agree.
makes me want to give
Yeah, I
him.
never cared much for him.
As a child, I did watch the old Superman cartoons. I don't know when they were from, but I remember
The
like
Bruce- The 1990s Bruce Timm cartoons are amazing.
yeah, I don't think it was these. It was like before he couldn't fly yet, or he just jumped.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just jumped like tall
He
buildings.
just like jumped over buildings.
yeah,
But it was
I'm
old.
thinking C is probably fair for Superman because I don't know. I feel like that's puts him below average. He's not. He's old as fuck. Like he is the OG
we can't.
superhero.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's disrespectful.
I think a B because I do like the Clark Kent side of Superman, like this kind of like dumb country boy who like aspires to be a journalist, but like he's also like secretly Superman. And like I also think Lois Lane is a great character. So like I feel like we have to kind of consider that in Superman's canon. I would say B. I think B is good for Superman. Like
I don't really want to go to B personally. What do you guys think?
I mean, yeah, Superman's not really my favorite, but
Damn.
I have like I see I like a lot of other superheroes significantly more. But I mean, like, yeah, I don't want to like rag on him too hard. He makes like big moves, and it's like, I mean, yeah, it's cool that he wants to be like a journalist and stuff. Where Batman just wants to like be a hero.
I'm
Batman
not like
to be
I'm
his
not super
journalist.
invested in where Superman ends up. Like I'm not a huge
Yeah,
fan,
same.
but I don't like
I
do
don't hate
think
him.
yeah, and I'm sure that he's been dynamic in some of the stories he's been used in.
Yeah. All right, let's just go with C. C's fine. C's fine.
You think C's fine? All right.
C's fine. I won't fight for him
We
that
can
much.
we can always rearrange later too. So
Yeah.
Green Lantern. I know that's a personal favorite of yours, Noah.
Yeah, I would say Green Lantern. If it's John Stewart, Green Lantern. If
No, we're
it's the
talking
Green
about Ryan.
Hal Jordan Green D tier.
Reynolds.
D tier.
Ryan
Fuck
Reynolds. Yeah, we're
boy.
talking about Ryan
Straight-
Reynolds. No, it
straight
can be Hal Jordan.
Boom.
I feel like it is the Hal Jordan one.
Yeah,
Because it's like that we're doing the OG
yeah.
Justice League.
Yeah, the original one was Hal
OG.
Jordan.
Like straight fuck boy. He's just a space cop.
Yeah, I don't fuck with him
Space
either.
Cop,
I'd be okay with like
Jesus.
E or F.
And
Year
like
F.
like Blackest Night, his like Jeff Johns' Blackest Night run on Hal Jordan Green Lantern sucks ass. It's so bad. Like it's incomprehensible trash. Like
Yeah.
I don't even.
Ooh.
Wonder Woman.
I finally watched Wonder
I
Woman for
like
the first time.
No, the OG one, like the 2017 Wonder Woman.
Yes, I just recently
1984.
watched that.
It's pretty good. I don't think it's a bad film. I think it's quality for what it is. I think it's kind of weird that it's World War I because I think in the original canon it's World War II.
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
I
it was
think so.
World War II era.
So I think that's kind of strange, but doesn't make that much of a difference. I think Wonder Woman's cool. I think she's pretty badass.
Yeah, I like her more than
Yeah, I think
Superman.
she's cooler than Superman just because
I agree.
I don't know, her powers aren't as like intense, and so
Yeah,
she has to like
Superman's-
fight harder.
Superman is just OP because they didn't know it like. They're just
They
like, oh,
didn't
so
know
what's a
about
superpower? They're like, oh, super strength and laser eyes, and you can fly and you're invincible. Nothing can hurt you except this one
Yeah.
little rock. Like, I think Kryptonite's kind of like a
Woman's
silly.
pretty OP too, though. I
Yeah.
would say.
Dude,
I'd say
B
B
then?
tier. Yeah.
low
I'd say
key
B
though,
personally.
I think the Truth Lasso is cooler than when I first heard about it. I was like, okay, and I thought more about it, and I was like, oh shit.
Doesn't she also have an invisible ship?
Yes, and like
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed that in the Snyderverse we haven't seen the invisible.
The invisible ship.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it still Gal Gadot in that one?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Godot.
Godot. Oh, I'm
It's
sorry.
like Home Depot.
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter.
S tier.
I
think he's
fuck with
cool.
Martian
I think
He's
Manhunter.
more powerful than
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah,
Like,
he
I
is.
mean,
You guys can have the full reins on this one. I don't know anything about
I put him
so.
at best tier. I like him more than Superman. He's badass. I don't know like a ton
Yeah,
about him,
he's
but
really cool.
whenever he appeared, he's like super fucking cool.
the new gods.
Aquaman can induce seizures.
Yes.
Yeah, I give him A tier.
Yes.
He can look at Superman and cause seizures. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, can he give Superman a seizure though? That's a question.
can he?
I mean, if I don't, it says like
Can Superman have
um,
seizures?
Yo, we should contact. You know what? We
Yeah.
should get a. No, you can come on this episode too. We should like contact like a Twitter like or a Reddit comic, a comic Reddit moderator or something.
Yeah,
Get them on the
yeah.
show.
I'd love to. I mean, I nerd out about DC pretty hard. So
Yeah,
like,
let's go
I
to the
love-
DC subreddit and try to get someone from there to come on our podcast.
Ooh, that would be fun. There are some weirdos on that subreddit, dude.
Yeah,
There's
no,
weirdos on every subreddit.
That's
man.
why.
That is
Did you
true,
know that our
that's
first
true.
guest was from subreddit, Noah?
Yeah.
Was from Reddit?
Really?
He's the only user and moderator of the Inspector Gadget subreddit.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my! I
We
need to listen
literally
to that
spent like 2
episode.
hours.
That was like
It's
one of our
best
first episodes. It was like
Oh
our
my
second one
God.
ever.
That
It was
sounds
like our
great.
second
I
one
never
ever.
heard
I'm just
that.
like, well, let's get a guest, and it's like, who do we get? And then I was playing a game with Kyle, and I just thought of like
Oh
Inspector
my God.
Gadget subreddit, and then I like saw that there was just like one dude. I'm like, does anyone use
He's the only guy
this?
who posts.
He
on it,
posts
yeah.
like he posts
You
every
just
day.
asked him?
Yeah, I
just
just like
asked him?
PM'd him on Reddit, and I'm like, hey
Yeah,
man,
he's super cool.
we're doing a
Shit.
podcast. Do you want to come on it? And he like responded in like 15 minutes, and he's like, yeah, sure.
Damn,
and he came on this week.
that's how the big boys
I liked
do
him.
it.
He was a
Yeah.
cool guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was sweet.
Fuck. Hell yeah.
We got a
Yeah, and
guy
he knows
off of.
everything on Inspector
Oh, let's
Gadget.
get to Flash, and then we'll keep talking.
Okay.
Mhm.
Flash is I think
I
S
like him.
tier. I love Flash. He can
Can't he like go through walls?
Yeah.
well
Or is that another fast
he
superhero I'm thinking about?
what he does is he can move through time as if it's a physical space. So it's like if there is a possible point in the grand scheme of the universe where like say Flash is in one room and there is some point in the universe where there is some possibility he could be in another room, he could like move so fast that it would appear to the people around him that he would move through the wall into the other room,
Oh.
but in truth he's just jumping to that other point of reality where he could possibly be in that other room.
I like that.
Wild.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's why Flash is low-key the most mind-blowing character of the DC universe, because everyone's just like, he just runs fast. But it's like, no, what he's doing is that he's imagining all the possible universes and like making them come true in accordance to his physical body. And we all just perceive that as him running
Move fast.
Wow.
Yes.
Gotta
That's
go
fucking
fast.
rad.
That's OP as fuck.
No, that's
S
something
tier.
like
That's
the,
S tier.
I've gotten into some YouTube videos about like the hierarchy of power in like the DC universe,
Yes.
and it's like it's
yes.
insane.
No, it's the Bible. Like the DC
Yeah. Oh, it is
lore,
basically the
DC
Bible, huh?
lore is basically just like as incomprehensible and dense and weird and like crazy as the Bible is. Like it is insane. Like all Jack Kirby's vision for like new gods and just the whole idea of like he wanted to literally create new gods for human beings to worship and replace the old gods of previous civilizations.
Uh-huh.
And the fact that he was going to use, well, he originally wanted to use Thor to do it, but Stan Lee said no. And he went to DC Comics and tried to do it with DC, and then it didn't sell. But eventually, DC started incorporating all his ideas and everything that he did. And it just like, I mean, it literally is this amalgamation of everything. Like, you have the Amazonians, you have the Atlanteans, you have like bizarre sci fi with the Green Lantern, you have like metaphysical, like particle physics with Flash, you have like weird gothic adventure fiction with Batman, you have like stupid child fantasy bullshit with Superman. It's everything. Like it's literally everything. As bad as it gets, like I still love it because it's just so batshit insane.
Yeah.
It is crazy. And that just comes from the time that like DC was born, I think.
And
Yes,
like
exactly.
just the amount of different writers that have like used it
All
and
the-
it's technically
yes,
canon,
yes.
right? Like there's
Hundreds of
just so
thousands.
much like canon of like so many
Yes.
different authors.
The most bizarre thing about DC is that like literally every other company in the world, like whenever they want to do something new, they just do it. But for some like almost weirdly autistic reason, DC has to come up with like an actual narrative, like continuity reason
We don't need
why.
that.
I know it's not necessary, but they do it anyway, and it is the most insane thing. Like, that's why you get like Doomsday Clock. That's why you get like
It's not why people like DC. Like, you
That's
like
what
DC
the Doomsday
because of all
Clock.
the timelines and shit, man.
yes, that's why only like weird, like actually weird nerds, like only they like DC. Like everyone who's like remotely normal likes Marvel, and then like all like the super weird people like DC.
Yeah, no, I think DC's like movies could be so much better if they stop trying to like make a narrative and instead
Right. Yes, and just
went
yes.
for the zaniness of the DC, because I think everyone liked that. Like everyone likes Godzilla versus King Kong, not because of the story, because it's
Mhm.
Godzilla versus fucking King Kong. So
yes.
let's fucking.
Have you guys watched it?
Not yet.
Not
I
yet.
want to.
I have
Okay,
not.
not worth it.
yet.
No, I was so disappointed.
Which one should I watch? Because
Damn.
neither me or Dolphin have ever watched one.
What do you mean?
Skull Island.
I've never seen a
Skull
Godzilla
Island's
King Kong
fucking
movie.
Awesome.
Like, what's a
Skull
good-
Well, there's
Island,
only like
fucking
2.
awesome.
No, just like
Like only
any
2?
any Godzilla or King Kong movie. It doesn't have to be both of
Oh.
them.
I mean, my favorite is Shin Godzilla. That's my favorite Godzilla movie. I think it's really good.
That's a
And
good
then
one.
no, yours was a
yeah.
King Kong one.
Well, there is a cinematic universe. There's
Yeah.
the 2014 Godzilla. There's Godzilla King of Monsters. Then there's King Kong Skull Island, and then there's
Godzilla versus King Kong.
yeah. Then there's the
Yeah.
new one.
I would watch all those.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen King of Monsters. People say it's god awful.
I like. Oh, really?
I mean,
thought it was fine.
if you
I
watch
will-
King of Monsters prior to Godzilla versus Kong, it just makes Godzilla versus Kong worse because of like
No.
the challenges that Godzilla has to overcome in King of Monsters, and then it's just Kong, and it's just like it's not like
That is,
it's just Kong. It's just the sheer magnitude of baddies that King Kong had to like simultaneously body in King of Monsters compared to Godzilla versus Kong. It's like, I mean, we're not even trying to say that Kong is weak or anything. It's just Godzilla just took on
an army in the
hordes of
last
these dudes. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people on Letterboxd hate King of Monsters, but I don't necessarily trust the larger Letterboxd community all that much. So I liked 2014 Godzilla a lot.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
I think it was a
I
great
liked it.
film. A very solid entry in the series.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree.
King of Monsters is definitely like you see Godzilla more often, which I mean just happens as it goes on. But no, in terms of like they include like a lot of top tier monsters, so I was like, okay.
Yeah,
They did a good job with it.
I fucked with the monsters in King of Monsters.
There is in Godzilla versus Kong, I won't spoil it, but there is a twist. And the twist is what saved the movie for me as like, okay. This was worth
Yeah.
watching because it was like very solid. And then it also, I mean, according to like original canon, it absolutely does mesh. And I was like, okay. No, they did this right. I wasn't expecting this. And yeah, it was sick. It's some good boss fights. Good boss fights.
Skull
I feel like
Island.
it's like the type of movie you want to have a beer with and just like kind of just like watch
Yeah.
and enjoy.
Yeah, it's not for like the story. It's just
You're
the
there for Godzilla
monster
versus King Kong.
mad.
Yeah.
Skull
Those
Island.
movies
like
have to be crazy
Pacific Rim.
expensive.
Like Pacific Rim did it fucking well. Like they
Yes.
they
I
knew
haven't
what
seen
you were
that
there
either.
for.
I don't watch like very many.
My
I haven't
movies.
seen Pacific Rim.
You need to.
My God.
Kaio.
What? I've
Pacific
seen
Rim
every
is
Transformers in theaters, but I
Alright.
haven't seen Pacific Rim.
Wow. Pacific
Rim's
Rim
where
is
it's at.
so good.
It's like
Holy
a-
It's Godzilla, but good. Like that's what it is. Like they know why you're there. They're not trying to sell you a
Yeah.
bullshit story.
Yeah.
They just do fucking mechs versus fucking kaiju. It's cool.
Yeah, and the visuals are so good, and like the characters are actually likable. I mean,
Mhm.
they're not like
Yeah.
completely like well thought out. Like it's not like an Academy Award winning
Oh.
film or anything, but like
Mhm.
they're still
Kyle,
likable.
do you know who directed it?
Guillermo del Toro.
I didn't know that.
The
Yeah.
man,
The
He's good,
myth-
dude.
the homie.
the
A kaiju
legend.
film, yeah.
Yeah.
he puts in major work. I don't know. I really liked. I thought
he's a
Hellboy movies
workhorse,
were
dude.
fun, and
Oh,
I
yes.
liked Pan's Labyrinth a lot.
Pan's Labyrinth's
I
great.
really
Crimson
liked it.
Peak is hella underrated.
Crimson Peak was really good. Crimson Peak was good.
I need to watch it again.
like,
I don't remember it too well.
Shape of Water's good. I actually
Did
think
Mama
it's
as
kind of
well.
overrated. I think it's not as good as like Hellboy 2 and
Mhm.
Pacific
I liked the
Rim.
Hellboys. I like the
Hellboy
Hellboy
2
Hellboy
movies.
fun.
series.
Yeah,
I
they
love the
fuck.
Hellboy series.
Hellboy 2 is just a masterpiece.
It's a
Hellboy 2 is
masterpiece.
one of the greatest superhero films ever made. Like,
Ever.
This
I
is
love
good.
that.
so good.
I don't know. I still don't know how I feel because like they're doing a reboot of Hellboy right
They already
now, right?
did.
Yeah, they
Or
already
it's already
did.
over. Yeah, that was like
Oh,
last
really?
year.
It was like apparently terrible.
Oh,
That's what I heard. I didn't watch it just because the trailer was giving me bad vibes, bro. Yeah,
Was-
it's gotten 18% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ugh.
Oh, God, I love the OG like
Yeah.
Hellboys. So
Ron
much.
Perlman, man, can't beat Ron.
Yeah.
Ron Perlman is
He
the
does a
perfect
good job.
He's the perfect human being to play Hellboy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Talk
I didn't
about,
really like the
good cast.
casting of Ron Arbor or it's not his name. What is it? Something Arbor. Whoever played him in the new one.
I don't even know.
I don't know, but like he just does not
David
stand
Arbor.
up. He doesn't stand up to the OG Hellboy. He just doesn't.
Mm-mm.
Guillermo del Toro did Mama, which I really enjoyed as well.
Yeah, he
That was
produced
like
it.
a fun. Okay. Oh yeah, he did produce it. I'm sorry.
How many more Spider-Man films do you guys think are going to come out before we die?
Probably a ton, dude.
That is
That
just
is
a
Marvel's
question
cash cow.
on- Yeah.
Spider-Man or
Sony.
Avengers?
No,
Sony.
Spider-Man.
Sony's
I think
cash cow, man.
Spider-Man will exist.
Sony's cash cow, I guess.
Yeah, Spider-Man will exist longer than the Avengers does.
Yeah,
The
for sure.
Everyone knows
Avengers-
Spider-Man.
Yeah, because like that's the thing. Like, okay, like I might get some heat for this. This is why like I don't have social media. But like, Avengers comics suck. They've always suck. They've never been great. And like the best Marvel characters are Spider-Man and X-Men. And that's
Yeah.
why those are the ones not owned by
Yeah.
Disney, because they wouldn't give them up because they
'Cause they're
actually sell
good.
them.
'Cause they're good.
The only good one.
I love
They're the
X-Men and
only
I
good
love
one.
Spider-Man. Fox
Yeah.
owns X-Men,
I
right?
like all the X-Men movies. They were fun. I
Fox
haven't
owns them?
seen
They were
like
fun.
I've
They're
seen the
good.
first first four movies.
I like the Wolverine
Apocalypse
movies.
is pretty dog shit. I'm not gonna.
Apocalypse was fucking awful. I hated Apocalypse so much. I forgot about that, dude. You just drug up
Yeah.
some old fucking memories.
Apocalypse
Fuck.
is really bad.
Apocalypse
which one's
was
that
I
one?
haven't
like
seen that.
a shit show. It's
It's
the end of the X-Men, Micah.
X-Men
it's like
Apocalypse. Oh, that's the
there's-
one with Ryan Reynolds, maybe? No.
It has everyone in it. Like it has
God.
everyone
Yeah.
from all the Singer movies in it, and it's like
Fucking hated that one.
and like they go back in time and shit.
Yeah, no, X-Men Origins is alright.
Yeah, I think everyone
Yeah.
said that one was really bad when it came out, but I remember
That's the one
like
with Ryan Reynolds, right? Where
Yeah,
he's like the weird Deadpool.
in it. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't like it for that character, but I
Yeah.
don't dislike. Like I didn't like hate the movie. I didn't think it was particularly good.
Ryan Reynolds
Well, that
needed
was my
Deadpool, so-
first exposure to Deadpool. Like yeah, I guess because it came prior. But I just watched the first Deadpool movie like I think a month ago.
What'd
Yeah.
you think?
And it was fun. Like I really dislike the Marvel superhero movies. And like this isn't saying that this is a bad thing. It just doesn't like flow well with me. I just don't like how like they try to be like funny and like it's like that's not why I'm watching a superhero thing, man. Like all of New York getting destroyed, whatever, is not like not time to crack jokes, my guy. Like it's not.
That's
not
why
the
I like
scene.
Deadpool. Maybe I'm opposite from you, Kyle. I
Well-
like Deadpool because it's there for the comedy, you know.
Well,
Yeah, it doesn't take itself
so that's the
seriously.
thing. That's the oh gosh.
That's why
That's like the
Oh,
other
no,
side of it. Why I like Deadpool.
Oh,
You did
never
like
mind. I
Deadpool.
misunderstood what you said.
did
yeah.
you like Guardians of the
hold
Galaxy?
on,
Have you seen that?
yeah. I can finish it real quick. No, I don't. I didn't care at all for Guardians of the
Oh, really?
Galaxy.
I like Guardians. Of the
My
Galaxy.
problem with the humor in Marvel movies is that
Sometimes they ruin the character to tell a joke.
exactly they Marvel movies are just so obsessed with like winking at the audience to like
Yeah.
make sure you're aware that like it's a silly superhero movie.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
like
true.
I don't need that. When I'm walking into a superhero movie, I know it's stupid and I want it to take itself seriously because
Mhm.
like I can laugh at it myself if I want to. If something bad
Yeah.
happens, like I'll laugh at it. But like
Yeah.
I don't want these characters to like say something and then another character to be like, "What? Oh, what?
Yeah.
Like,
Those are
did you
annoying.
really say
Yeah.
that?" Like, and that literally happens like every 5 seconds in Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And it's so annoying.
They really do force it in. Like I just don't know why they have to force it in, man. Because like the more naturally funnier Marvel moments are pretty good. Like
Yeah.
think Iron Man 1 when he's building the Iron Man suit and he tries out the boots for the first time and he just whoosh, just flies into the
Yeah.
ceiling. Fucking amazing, amazing. And like you have no clue. Like the movie was not funny until that moment, and you're like that's good. That's good
I
writing.
still I like Thor Ragnarok a lot. That's my favorite Marvel
Ragnarok,
movie.
yeah, the director's like you know,
I've never seen that movie sober. I think I've watched that movie 3 times.
But I'm a little biased towards
Every time I've been
Taika
like
Waititi. I really
trashed.
like him.
I haven't seen any of the Thor movies.
You should watch Thor 3. Taika Waititi
Thor
is
3.
amazing. He's a good
Do you need
director.
to watch the other 2?
No,
no.
you don't.
Okay,
No.
that's good.
They
I
don't.
watched the
Yeah.
second one. I haven't seen the first one. I
Oh.
watched the second one and I didn't like it. And then I watched the third one and I love it.
The second Thor movie is probably Marvel's like lowest point in the movie.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
that one's really bad. Yeah.
It's
I've
rough.
only
And also,
seen-
Thor 1 doesn't really matter at all. Like
I've only seen the first Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man 2, and Thor Ragnarok out of the entire MCU.
I've seen
My household played like every Avengers movie junior year, like
I don't like,
consistently.
I'm not an Avengers fan.
And I just didn't care much. But I like Deadpool in contrast, solely because like there was humor, but like it wasn't like trying to like at the audience so much. There was like some fourth wall breaking, but it didn't take itself seriously, and it was like that was the intent. Was it supposed to be like a gag anti-hero? So I was like, okay, I give it some slack.
You should watch Deadpool 2 now. That one's just as good.
Now I got to watch the second one.
If not better. I think Deadpool 2 is actually arguably better.
Yeah, no, I've heard great things about. I heard great things about both. I saw that it was like up for streaming, so I decided, I'll check it out. But yeah, Deadpool 2 is something I gotta check out as well.
Did you see
Yeah,
the Tom Holland Spider-Mans?
Nope, I've only seen Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans,
The best
all 3,
ones.
and that's it.
The best.
All I can think about is Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire.
Okay,
Which one
like
had,
Spider-Man 3 has its problems, has plenty of problems. Okay,
Absolutely.
but
Which one had
But,
Dave Franco in it? I think I saw that one.
it's pretty badass sometimes.
Not
like
Dave Franco,
Black Suit
James Franco.
Spider-Man.
Like Black Spider-Man's cool.
One of my like favorite memories as a child was seeing Spider-Man 3 with my mom, and when it ended, like half the theater stood up and clapped.
That's
and then like
amazing.
the rest of my life I just heard about how bad that movie was, and I'm like, dude, like people
Ooh.
stood up and clapped when I saw that movie.
People loved
I
it.
don't know.
The way it's meant to
Maybe
be.
I'm just too critical. Maybe I'm just too critical of the movies now. I don't know. I'm a big movie buff, so I like overanalyze movies.
I
all the
mean,
time.
Spider-Man 3 is pretty bad, but like it's like
But I like it.
My
Like,
favorite one's
it
still
is
the
what it
second one. My
is.
favorite's still the second one.
it's campy, and that's why I like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans. All
Yeah,
3 are like campy in a way, and I like that
I agree.
because it's not trying to pretend to be mainstream.
Yes.
or
Like there's
nothing.
sincerity to it. Like I just like it how like Peter Parker's like actually a dork in those
Mhm,
movies.
yeah.
Like, he's,
Yeah,
like
he's
legitimately a nerd.
My favorite movie memory, Noah, you reminded me, was watching Kingsman with my grandpa.
That's a good combo.
I've never seen
there's-
that.
Do you think you're ever gonna watch it, Kyle? Because I'm just gonna spoil one part.
No, you can go for it. Mario's talked about it.
You should watch it though. I like
so
it.
much.
There's a scene where a fight breaks out in a church,
and everyone just starts killing each other for 5 minutes straight, and it's fantastically edited. My favorite memory was me and my grandpa like crying, laughing as people were like getting up and leaving the theater.
That's awesome.
Like half the theater left at like when a whole bunch of church like because like to start off the fight, the main character pulls a gun and shoots a woman in the face. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh, I fuck with that movie. That movie
I walked out of a movie once.
What movie was it?
Really?
It was Bridge to Terabithia. I was with my grandma, and I started when the girl dies. I just couldn't handle it. I started crying,
Yeah,
and then I'm like, I don't want to finish
Damn.
this. So we left.
I've cried. I've
When
cried
did that
twice.
come out? That was a tough one.
I cried during a
I've
Wii
ever-
movie when I was young.
2007.
And
So I would have been fucking like 9.
Nice.
And
I
then,
haven't.
Micah, you dug up a memory, dude.
Yeah.
Church service. I was really young. I was raised Christian. I didn't know Jesus died for our sins. And they started talking about that day. I'm like, Jesus is dead.
It's gone.
Bawled my eyes out. Everyone's like, it's okay, he's back. I'm like, but he died though.
What happened to him
Yeah.
the second time?
Back in better.
Yeah, he must have died a second time.
Yeah, what
now that
happened to
I
him when he got revived on Easter? After Easter, what happened?
Floated up. He
Oh,
floated
yeah,
up into
he
heaven.
Yeah, he ascended back to heaven. That's
He
right.
ascended.
Oh, so
in
it's
front of
canon
everybody.
that heaven is in the sky, like it's above us?
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes,
guess so.
that is canon.
He
Yes.
ascended.
Mm-hmm.
And that's happened a couple times in the Bible.
I feel like
Yeah,
you would
because-
just like pixelate out, like you just leave
Because
existence.
when God made the lands, like he divided it into like cake layers, basically.
Mm.
Yeah.
It says that in the Bible or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like cake layers. Like the universe we live in is a giant lasagna.
Yes.
And we're the sauce.
It's and we're
Yeah.
the sauce in between the two pastas.
Someone cuts it weird, and the two like pastas like wiggle and just like shift everything.
Yeah. The fuck
We
is
just get-
Ricardo? Fuck.
Yes, indeed. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is like watching a 2-hour Doritos commercial.
Yeah, I
I
watched.
didn't like it
I
as much.
watched
I liked
the-
the first one.
The first one was good, but the second one was trying too hard.
Yeah. Like I don't even know, like the animation was so like bad. Yeah, like I mean it wasn't bad. I think it would have been good animation if it was used sparingly, but it just like the whole movie was just like CG animation and my eyes just got like so tired watching it.
Yeah, like it's you get overstimulated, man.
Yes.
It's too much. But that's like every Marvel movie now, though. It's just too
I
much.
know.
Like
I know.
I thought that when I watched Doctor Strange, which legit,
Yeah.
I actually did like that movie. Like the
I
end,
haven't seen that.
how he handled the final boss was fucking hilarious. I love that.
Mhm. I'm interested in Multiverse of Madness, but like I don't want to have to watch WandaVision to like
I don't want to watch that. No, Everyone's
understand
talking about
it. No, it looks bad. It looks stupid.
I don't know. I just don't care. Like after Endgame, I don't care about
Yeah,
the Marvel Universe.
Yeah,
It's
I don't think I'll
called-
watch
like,
that
like
one.
now that the story is over, I don't really care.
yeah. It's called In-Game. It's over.
I was invested. I was invested till that last Marvel Avengers movie. You know,
Mhm.
and it was a fine send off.
How many are there? Like 4 Avengers movies?
There's 4
Avengers.
Avengers movies. There's
4.
the
Yeah. Okay.
last one is 2 parts, I guess.
I just had to watch it. I had to watch it all because growing like up in high school, one of my friends worked at a movie theater, so I've seen like every single Marvel
Yeah.
Universe movie up till the last Avengers.
I mean, the original Iron Man, I remember seeing it as a kid and just fucking loving
Good.
it.
It was rad.
It's still good. I rewatched it recently. It's still good.
With Robert
sure
Downey
we
Jr.
Yeah.
Yes.
When he goes to
It's
like he's like in the Middle East and it's like he's like less like friendly then a little bit. Like he's a
Are
weapon
you sure
salesman.
that's not the second one?
That's the
No,
first one.
That's the first one, definitely.
It's like when
The
he's
second
like the
one-
test is like the suit's a prototype now. It's like a
Yeah.
prototype still.
Yeah.
Then maybe I watched the first event, because I remember distinctly in the theater him going to the Middle East, and I was like, oh man, we had
Yeah,
just
He
Yeah,
might
like
have gone to the Middle
yeah.
East in the other one too, though, because like he was in like a cave in the Middle East in the first one.
Well, the second one is him versus like Mickey Rourke in like
Yeah, him versus Whiplash, which
yeah.
I fuck with the volume. I fuck with episode or Iron Man 2's like suit, the suitcase suit. That
Yeah,
thing was so cool. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that
you
was
gotta
love
find
it.
the bad guy, and you see who the bad guy was, because like I had like, when did it come out? Because like in fourth grade, our teacher like didn't know what to do with us because we were bored, and we had to like research military spending in the Iraq War, and it was the weirdest fucking like tag fourth grade thing I've ever done. And I concluded that like we're doing a lot of money. You know how many like lunches you could buy with this? It's a fuck ton of lunches. And I just remember watching the Iron Man movie where he goes to the Middle East, and I was like, oh, that's where all that money goes. I was like,
Goes to yeah, it goes to Tony Stark.
yeah, because what was that? 2008 was the first one. When was I? How was I? 10? Yo, that's like fourth grade. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing it's probably the first one I saw in theaters. So
I
take it
remember
back.
going to see Winnie the Pooh, Piglet's big movie when I
Yeah.
was like
Nice.
5.
Hell yeah.
My grandma. I don't know, that memory just like popped into my head. And then like we had an umbrella and it was very windy and it did that thing. That was the first time I ever seen that, where like it pops out the wrong way
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
parking lot. Yeah.
Damn.
Did you see the Ewan McGregor Winnie the Pooh live action thing?
Hell yeah, dude.
Was it
No, I
good?
have not.
I don't remember.
Okay. I like kind
saw
of
it.
wanted to watch it, but I never ended up watching it.
No.
I'm gonna go look at some of my more recently watched movies right now. I just love movies.
Wait, do you mean Christopher?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, I
Like
thought you were
Christopher
talking
Robin.
about. No, I didn't see that. I did not see that film.
Yeah, where like
I
they have
thought
like
you were talking about the one that came out in like 2009.
no, not that one. The one that like just came out a few years ago.
Yeah, it was like I think
2018.
2018. Okay.
They went with an
Yo.
interesting art direction for Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, I love that movie.
I wanna go to the
Have
theater.
y'all
You cut out.
seen the John Wicks?
No.
I've seen the original John Wick. I know that people say it progressively gets better. I need to watch the other two.
Yeah, I've seen all three. They're amazing.
I
love
know,
them.
yeah. I mean, they're. I think they're the testament to what action movies can be beyond the superhero genre. At least modern action movies. Those and the Fast and the Furious films, which I think are incredible.
Dude,
I've seen every single
yeah.
one. Do you know that?
Me too.
Seen every
me
single
too.
one.
Yeah, have you seen Hobbs and Shaw?
No.
Yeah.
It's so good, dude. Like they're so consistent.
Is that The Rock and Vin Diesel?
It's
Yeah.
it's The Rock and Jason
It's The
Statham.
Rock and Jason Statham.
Oh.
Yes.
It is
And
funny
like,
as hell. Holy shit.
the level of insanity that film reaches, like it might as well be a superhero movie. Like
It's insane. like halfway through this, the Fast and Furious, it becomes a superhero movie. There's like
yeah.
fist fight scenes where like Vin Diesel's got like two fucking like wrenches fighting Jason Statham on a fucking crumbling parking lot. Like it's amazing.
So
Yeah.
Vin
It's
Diesel
amazing.
is in it still though?
Yeah, he has like it's all interconnected, yeah.
Yeah. There's a Fast and the Furious universe.
Yes.
I've never seen a
There
Fast and the
is.
Furious. I've seen one.
Five?
I saw one like at like a kid's birthday party. The first
Five?
one.
Dude, Fast and
6,
Furious
and
1
7.
versus 8 is the weirdest thing.
Oh,
They're
well,
fun.
yes,
I
yeah.
like them.
The evolution of
Yeah,
the
because I
series.
saw it when it was still street racing. I haven't seen past the street racing.
Yeah, now
Hey,
it's like bank heights and like military contracting, like for like private military.
doing
forces.
coups?
They're like chasing down
They-
submarines in the Arctic on their fucking huge ass cars.
Have they done a coup yet?
Not a coup yet, but that's a good idea for them.
Yes. Yeah, they should overthrow a country. That'd be a good one.
So on Amazon, I own the 3 Iron Mans because I think all 3 of those movies are actually pretty good. No one really liked Iron Man 3,
I
but
didn't watch
I
Iron
liked.
Man 3.
I thought people liked it better than 2.
Yeah, and I think 2 was like probably the most underwhelming one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all right.
But it's not bad, I'd say.
Right.
It's just kind of underwhelming. I think Iron Man 3, I enjoyed it. No one liked it because you don't see many like Iron Man in his suit scenes, but I thought that was like the point of Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I
It was like
think
he's Iron Man without the suit, you know?
yeah.
Is
I
he
think with
though?
me, when it comes to Marvel, like I'm just not that invested. Like I said, like my favorite Marvel superheroes are X-Men, Spider-Man, and Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I really
Fantastic
like
Four
Fantastic Four.
movie fucking suck.
They all have. They all
They're
have.
all bad, so that's tragic.
I liked the cartoons
Mhm.
as a kid.
Cartoons are great, though. I agree.
Yeah.
But like, if I'm gonna watch a Marvel movie, I'm just gonna watch Infinity War. Like, I'm just gonna knock it out. Like, I'm just gonna get all of them in one little fucking thing,
Yeah.
and like just see all of their little stories, because like the one thing that Infinity War does really well is the pacing of that film. The pacing of that film is really ingenious because the way that it just cross cuts between like 14 different plot lines from all the characters and still has it like relatively comprehensible, like, is pretty amazing. So like I think Infinity War is the best Marvel movie just because it gets everyone in there, and like it does a decent job like representing everyone.
Infinity War was pretty good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a single Avengers movie. I just like never felt compelled to.
I think the original Avengers movie does not hold up.
Mm-mm.
I think it is insanely dated. Like like it looks
Yeah.
like a TV, like what TV shows looks like now.
Like now, yeah.
Ooh.
Like, and Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 2, Avengers 2 is just fucking bad.
Is that the
Yeah,
Ultron one?
Age of
Yeah, Ultron. I remember being excited for it, but being so disappointed in theaters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, oh no, there's drama between the Avengers. Like every Avengers movie.
Was Civil War good?
No,
Yeah. So,
I
no,
don't.
I like the ending of it, like the fights and stuff.
That whole movie like looks like it takes place in a parking lot for some reason. Like,
Because it
the
does.
backgrounds are just like these like gray buildings, and like I'm just
Grays
like,
and browns. Grays and browns is all
yes,
you
I'm just
get.
like,
Grays and
where
Brown.
are they?
It's they got
Like,
that
they're
modern
always,
warfare
like-
energy.
Exactly. They're always in like a Modern Warfare, and like if they're ever outside, they're in a parking lot.
Yes. Yeah, like all of Endgame just takes place on like this like brown field, like out in like
Yeah.
Yeah.
deep space. Oh man. Superheroes.
They're
What
weird.
happened? They are weird. They're so bizarre. It baffles me how popular they are.
I don't know. It's like, dude, superheroes is America's anime.
I think it is. Yeah. It's
That
'cause
is
everyone.
true.
I think it's because everyone wishes they had superpowers. I think that's why.
Of course.
Yeah.
What superpowers
Yeah.
would you guys want?
I thought about this long and hard.
Yeah.
My whole life.
Me
This is
too.
a question. Yeah.
I have.
I
mine.
mean,
Time control.
Yeah, same.
time control.
Yeah, the
Fuck.
ability to like stop time. I think that's the most powerful power there is.
Yeah.
I
And you
would
don't
love
age
that.
when it's
Like,
paused. You got to like put that condition in there that you don't age when it's paused.
don't age when it's paused, and I can manipulate anything around me normally. Like I would have so much fun.
If I could
doing
like,
it.
if I could like
Oh, howdy, yo.
talk in people's brains. If
Like
I could like,
telepathy?
yes, if I could like send people thoughts, that
And
would
like
be
read people's thoughts. So you want
Yeah.
telepathy? That's what you take.
That'd be a cool power. I'd also love to fucking fly. I mean, I know that's a generic
I mean,
one.
you can
but,
get that.
like,
You can throw that in there.
yeah, what's
That's cool as hell.
badass?
I fuck with flying.
What's more badass flying, dude? Like,
Yeah,
There's
flying
nothing-
sounds like pretty good.
There's nothing basic about flying, dude.
Can Batman
you
fly?
just-
Does he have like the abilities like with his like technology?
I mean, he has the bat wing.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's true.
Like
Yeah, he can
machines that
fly.
can do it.
Kendall, you said Iron Man's still Iron Man without the suit, but is he still Iron Man without the money?
Wait, Iron Man's not Iron Man without the suit. What?
Micah, he is Iron Man without the money. Iron Man 1. He built that suit in a cave with a box of scraps.
That's
No
true.
fucking way he could have done
Doesn't he
that in
need
real
the
life.
suit?
Huh?
Doesn't he like need the suit?
That was before he needed the suit.
Okay, because I was like, if you need the suit, like,
Or was that
yeah,
before?
you're-
When did he
you're
get the
the
heart
suit,
thing?
my guy.
Yeah. So in Iron Man 1 and 2, he needs the suit because he's got like shrapnel right by his heart, and that's like what he does. And then at the end of Iron Man 2, he gets that fixed.
Damn.
Okay. I
But
see
that's the
you.
thing, like,
So he
okay,
doesn't need the suit anymore.
here's the real question, guys. This is in like not Iron Man versus Batman, but Tony Stark versus Bruce Wayne. Fist fight. Like
Fist fight, just
Bruce
them.
Wayne, all the way. Bruce Wayne would fucking
Yeah, absolutely.
Crushing
wash
him.
Tony Stark.
Yeah,
Have you
Tony
fucking seen how
Stark's-
big, like in like the old cartoons, how fucking big Batman's fucking huge,
Bruce Wayne
He's
is
a
shredded.
monster, dude.
Yeah,
like,
Tony
Bruce Wayne's
Stark,
You
fucking
gotta compensate.
massive.
Smarter, but Tony Stark is gonna get his ass whooped by Bruce Wayne.
yeah. Oh my god, he's gonna
Yeah,
get
like Bruce Wayne knows how to fight
Yes.
as well. I think like Iron Man, he built his stuff, as more like laser beams, versus
Yeah.
hand
And
combat.
missiles.
Yeah,
he's like I'll just build a suit and I don't need to be like physically perfect or whatever. And like no, like Batman like literally is like
it's perfect.
yeah, I need to be physically perfect. Like I am literally like a machine but in human form.
Yeah.
Like,
Is Stark Industries, like Raytheon? Is it like the same thing basically?
a military contract.
Stark
Isn't
Industries
it?
used
Low key.
weapon selling until the end of Iron Man.
Yeah, exactly. He kind of like stopped it, but like
Was it always that in the comics? Because
yeah,
I
that's
know
what I'm kind of curious about. I wonder if in the comics it was like that.
Wayne Corp started off as a pharmaceutical company.
Oh, really? I
'Cause,
didn't know that.
Yeah, because Thomas Wayne's a doctor. So I think it's Wayne Corp starts off as like a medicine company, but it becomes just like everything.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like how
they're-
Bruce Wayne has all that money.
They're an American global aerospace defense security and advanced technologies corporation with worldwide interests, aka Raytheon.
Yeah.
In
But
the, in the
that's kinda
comics.
sus.
Yeah.
That's like high key sus.
I mean, I agree with you,
People love
Kyle.
it.
I do think Bruce Wayne should like make like Wayne Corp like public. Just like
Mhm.
like he just makes the Batcave available to everybody and like, it's just all public technology. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the reason why I love Batman is because he is insane. Like he's just like
Oh,
this
yeah.
He is insane. Like,
Yeah.
he's nutty.
mentally ill. The man is mentally ill, and I love him for that.
He's like this. He's just this deeply traumatized like man child who like dresses up as a bat and like has to like compulsively beat people up.
Yeah, he breaks.
He's
I wouldn't have
fucking
it any other
insane.
way.
He's put people in the hospital. Like he's paralyzed men for life.
Yeah, like people say like Batman doesn't kill, and like that's a debatable.
But he's killed.
But like
he's killed.
even if he
That's
doesn't, like he's done worse than killing.
Yeah, dude, the amount of
very
bats
much,
broken at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, that whole like never kills kind of thing. I think in the Spider-Man video game, it's really funny whenever you like throw people off of buildings. You'll just see in the distance like,
They, like,
a web will come out
yeah.
and just stick them to the building, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You killed nobody.
That's why
No,
I like
can
the
die.
Snyder films because it actually addresses like death because of the superheroes. Like everyone criticized Man of Steel for like Metropolis completely just being demolished.
Dude, that
At the
ending.
end, Yeah, and like everyone said it was stupid, and like so Zack Snyder was like, okay, I'll write that into Batman v Superman, and that's like the whole premise of Batman v Superman is like people don't trust Superman because
Because
even
he
though
killed a shit ton of people in one fight.
he fucking leveled a city.
How many people
Yeah.
did he kill? I haven't seen this movie.
Dude, like all of Metropolis was leveled.
Yeah, it's like 9/11 times 14. Like
yeah.
it's really bad.
Him versus Zod, is that his name?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
it's like Zod's like also like from Krypton, right?
Yeah. So they level the city in their fight.
Yeah.
And then Superman's like, I don't want to kill you. And then Zod's just gonna laser some random guy. He's like, no.
Why didn't they just like fight in space?
Yeah.
Like, why didn't Superman try to get him away? Did Superman try to get him away from the city?
I think there are parts of it
remember.
where Superman like tries to fly away and stuff like that, but Zod just
But Zod just starts killing people.
yeah.
Like Zod wouldn't follow him. Yeah. That was just out to murder.
Yeah, and then like the opening of Batman v Superman is Batman in Metropolis when that's happening.
Yeah. That was a pretty cool scene.
Yeah, he like witnesses all the destruction, and that's why Batman wants to kill Superman. Because he's like, Superman is just like too much of like a fucking liability. Yeah.
That's a lot of people dead.
Yeah.
So like who's the bad guy? Is the bad guy supposed to be Superman, or is it like we don't know?
I would say ultimately in Batman v Superman, I would say Batman is like the bad guy because like he is killing people and like trying to kill people because of Superman. He's like losing his humanity because he's so paranoid of Superman. But I think the whole point of that movie,
cool.
Yeah, I think the whole point of that movie is like superheroes can't be trusted either way, and it's like unless they kind of come to this sort of understanding and trust of each other, they're gonna like, kill people. And like, if they distrust each other, it's always going to result in other people dying, stuff like that. So,
damn, you can't win as a superhero, I guess.
Let's talk about the worst DC movie, in my opinion. Suicide Squad.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, okay, no, the worst DC movies, the 2011 Green Lantern movie.
Oh yeah.
With Ryan Reynolds. But second worst, Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad was so bad in theaters.
So do you think Suicide Squad is worse than the OG cut of Justice League, the Joss Whedon cut of Justice League?
I never saw that.
Ooh, it's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, I feel bad for Joss Whedon because I only ever heard how terrible it was, and I'm like, dude, if I spent like so much time and I just like picked up like if someone's like, hey, family emergency, like finish directing my movie, I mean, like, I'd be stressed the fuck out.
That's not what happened, Kaio. He was asked to finish the movie, and then instead of finishing what Snyder did, he made the cast reshoot a whole new script that he wrote himself. He made the cast make a whole new movie. And the movie that people saw in theaters when it came out was like literally only had 5 minutes of what Snyder shot.
That's not good.
How far did Snyder get through filming when he had a death, right? Like his daughter died?
Yes, his daughter committed suicide, and Snyder had filmed literally everything that he needed to do, and the only thing that he needed to do to complete the film was post-production. So that's editing the film and all the animation. That's what Joss Whedon was
supposed to do.
And instead, Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns rewrote the script and made the cast do a reshoot of the entire film.
The cast doesn't get paid twice, do they?
Sit well.
No, they don't.
That fucking sucks. What a dick.
Yes. And not only that, but people have said that Joss Whedon harassed people on set, made a very, very toxic environment, and it all was for nothing because the movie fucking sucked and was an incomprehensible
Oh.
mess.
Oh yeah, tons of people are coming out against Josh
Well, there
Whedon,
you
right?
go.
From like previous
Yes.
like projects working with him, like that he's just like a bad person.
And like
Is he?
I mean like that is probably true. I think that's true for probably most film directors. But either way, like you have to be a super egotistical person to be brought in to finish someone's movie. And like and people say that like he was brought in to give the film like a lighter tone, and it's like Snyder was already doing that. Like if you watch Snyder's cut, like it has a lighter, more inviting tone than Batman v Superman. It's just like Joss Whedon was just like, I guess, just so obsessed with himself. He's like, I
I
can't
want to do
use
it. Yeah.
any of this footage. Like it's someone else's footage. It's just like I don't understand. Like
Yeah.
he didn't even get technical credit for the film. Like if you watch the film's credit, like the theatrical cuts credits, it says directed by Zack Snyder. And that's not true. Like there's only like
Yeah, that's kind of rude.
like less than 5% of that movie had like Snyder's footage in it. Like
Yeah, that's pretty
it's so
fucked.
Yeah, well, in
bizarre.
that case,
Story of that the story about how all that went down is so bizarre and like so weird. And it's like I'm not even like a Whedon hater. I know there's a lot of directors when they get these accusations and stuff like that, a lot of people like to just be like, I've always hated Whedon or something, like I've always
Yeah.
hated these directors. And it's like I like some Whedon stuff, I don't like some other Whedon stuff, but like
mhm.
I mean his version of Justice League is legitimately a really bad film, and it's like bafflingly bad because like I do think Whedon is like somewhat of a competent director for the most part, and like what he did with Justice League is just like so bizarre and weird, and like they literally made Henry Cavill do reshoots while he was shooting another movie,
Oh, and that's why
and
the
in the
mustache.
yes, that's the mustache. In the other movie, he had to have a mustache, and Joss Whedon was so obsessed with shooting his script that he made him like shoot at the same
They
time. So they
CGI'd up
they
the blank
CGI'd the
lip.
mustache out. Like it's so weird. The decisions that he made are so bizarre. Like
Oh my God.
it is strange.
It is strange.
What a
Fucking
weirdo.
A, dude.
Oh, it looks so
Dude,
bad.
I don't know if I could do something like
The-
that. I don't know if I could fucking like direct a big ass movie.
I know. Yeah, that's
It's a lot of pressure
I would feel
know. Oh,
so stressed out.
because you're getting like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people to all work together collaboratively on one project for an end goal.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing. It's just like video
That's not
game
like
development.
impossible.
How you get that many different people to all like get your vision done, like it's crazy. It's crazy how it works.
Yeah, and the thing with films is just like you can put in a lot of work. You can put in a lot of work, and your entire team of hundreds of people can put in so much work into something, and like it can come out, and like everyone can hate it, and like
Yeah.
it's like not, and like it won't be like reappraised for like another 15 years, and it's like whole directors' careers have been completely ruined because of that. That like they made like an actually really unique movie,
But no
like,
one liked it, you know?
yeah, and they never were able to make another movie
But then
ever.
15 years later, everyone's like, yo, this movie's awesome.
Oh yeah, it was actually
Because it's
really
different.
good. Yeah, and
They
it,
had
like,
something there.
yeah.
John Carpenter's The Thing, when it originally came out, was hated.
I know. Yes.
And that's like one of the best horror movies today by
Yeah.
this standard.
John Carpenter
What
is
the
one of
hell?
the most influential directors of all time, and he can't make movies anymore because of like literally when his best work came out, no one liked it and it didn't make
Yeah.
any money. And now everyone does like it, and it's like, why isn't John Carpenter making movies anymore? And it's like, well, I mean, should have fucking like, went and saw it when it
You
came
know?
out. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah,
it's-
public opinion
I
changes
haven't
on
seen a
movies
lot
all
of
the
it.
time.
Has he made anything? Like,
he hasn't made a movie since like 2013, and
Yeah,
that movie was like his first movie in like 20 years.
oh, okay.
Mhm.
So it's really sad, but
it is
that's why
sad.
the Snyder Cut is such a huge event in cinema itself, because it's I mean, it's literally like the first time where like a director has sort of a unique vision. He comes out with a film, he comes out with Batman v Superman, it gets negative reception. Years later, he tries to make a sequel, it fails, the studio screws him over, and then time kind of goes on, people reappraise Batman v Superman, people do research on what happened in the Justice League debacle, and they're like, no, like we want to see Snyder's version, and then Warner Brothers actually gave him the money
Yeah, that's
to
what's crazy.
finish version of the film, and it actually comes out. That's never happened before, ever in the history of cinema. So it's
Yeah.
like, whether you like superhero movies or not, like this is actually like an unprecedented event in the history of cinema. And this is an
It
event
really
of,
is.
like, a director like getting a chance to actually see his vision through.
It's
And like
amazing. It's crazy
he
that happened.
I got like emotional watching the Snyder Cut. Like, I'm not even joking. Like I was like this
Is
man,
it good?
like, oh, I've seen it 3 times. Like it's a 4-hour movie and I've seen it 3 times.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
It's
what I was
3 more, and
concerned
that's
about.
24
But I mean,
hours.
in my personal opinion, it
mhm,
is the best superhero movie like ever made. But that's
really.
kind of me, because like here's the thing, like like I said, like I'm such a DC nerd, and like not only do I think it's a great representation of like what makes those characters great, it's just such a pure and simple vision for those characters. Like, it's a 4-hour movie, but it's a very simple story, and for the last like 15 years, DC has just been such an incomprehensible mess that just to
Yeah.
see this like simple story of these characters coming together to defeat evil, and like it is just like actually really well done, and everyone gets like their own chance to shine, and
Okay, I'll
like
watch it. Is it still on HBO? Do you
it's
know?
oh yeah, you can still watch
Yeah,
it,
I'll
and
keep
like
it. I
it's
mean,
just
yeah, I've watched Lord of the Rings, so I'll watch this.
I think
True.
it's truly like a beautiful film. Like it's like actually really good.
The thing is, I was never into superhero movies. I was never into superheroes in general. And then I remember I had read the Watchmen graphic novel, and then that encouraged me to like. And my dad like dug Batman and had some Batman comics, so I went and watched like Batman Begins and Dark Knight and Rises, and then I watched the or prior to that, I watched the Watchmen movie, and I really enjoyed that. And that was like my standard for
Did you see like
superheroes
the
was Watchmen
omnibus
for a long
cut?
time. The
Yeah.
omnibus cut?
Yeah,
I
is that what it's
I don't
called?
think
It's
so.
called something else, I think. But
There's
like,
3 cuts of Watchmen. There's the theatrical cut, which is 2 hours. There's the director's cut. No, there's the ultimate cut, which is 3 hours. And then it's the ultimate cut is all the footage of the movie that isn't like the Black Freighter stuff in
Mhm.
one film
I
with
liked
like
that though.
yeah, and then the director's cut is like 5 hours long, and it's like all the extra footage in the film plus the Black Freighter stuff cut
I have not
into
seen
the film.
the 5-hour one. No way.
Me neither.
But Maybe I've seen the director's
The ultimate cut.
I don't know. All I
It's
know
the-
is that
It's 215 minutes. I watched the whole thing. It took like 2 nights, but it was good. I liked it. I thought it was way better. It's 3.5 hours.
I mean, like after watching Justice League, like I'm very interested in watching everything Snyder's done.
Yeah, watch
Like,
the ultimate cut. It's
Mhm.
good. It's good with I feel like it missed without the Black Freighter. Like it was like missing something because I had just right before I watched it. I had read the
Yeah.
comic,
Yeah.
but I've never been
No,
big into superhero comics though. I feel like it's just too intimidating to know where to start.
It is. It
Mhm.
is very intimidating. I think you kind of just have to dive in.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I mean, here's my thing about superheroes. I mean, I stick with them because there's very little things that remind me of being a child more than I mean, specifically the Justice League.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
grew up watching the Justice League cartoons and the Batman cartoons as a kid, and those cartoons are really, really important to me. And yeah, and that's why the film was so important to me watching it because like I mean we have like 24 Marvel movies, we have 4 Avengers movies, like we can't get one fucking Justice League.
Yeah, it's sad. Oh,
Yeah,
are you
that's
guys?
fucked.
Wait, it looks like Kyle
Hello?
and Noah are paused. Right?
Yeah. What happened?
All right, it's the Kendall show. I gotta go fill my water.
No, you can't do
I'm
this
leaving.
to
You
me.
gotta be entertaining. I'll be back.
No, I can't be entertained. Okay, all right, he's gone. Noah's gone. Is Kyle back? No, he ain't. So I'm gonna be entertaining for I don't know how long. I just finished my Ryuko print today for the upcoming Comic-Con this year. I'm working on a Captain Levi right now from Attack on Titan. I'm working on a print right now. It's actually turning out pretty sick. So that's what I'm doing. That's been the day in the life of Kendall. What else? I'm not that interesting. All I've been doing is getting high and playing Halo lately. Like Halo 1, 2, 3, and Reach. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, Kaio's back.
Yo, Micah, you gave me the fucking virus again.
No, you're back too.
Yeah.
Fuck
Wait,
yeah.
did you go see It Follows with us, Noah?
I don't think so. I don't remember that.
Because it was me and another friend of mine and one other person. The 3 of us went to go watch It Follows in theaters. And literally, Micah and I have been like trading off it. It's just like Comcast just like randomly just disconnects. And then all the devices in the house, like I have the router like right under my computer, just turns off and it says like disconnected, everything cuts out, and then just comes back within a minute and just does that sporadically over the course of about an hour, and then it stops. And then I've been free of it until tonight. And then Micah was having it the past like week, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, thank God I fucking got rid of it." I was telling him, Micah,
Not bad.
like I gave you that Comcast virus, and now it's back to me.
Oh no.
Keeps DCing. I'm
This
kind
is
of salty
the new
about it.
like the old computer viruses got into your computer. The new ones get into your Wi-Fi and pass through peer-to-peer interactions.
Yeah, they just fuck with you. And so now we're just gonna see who's next. So one of you guys may be getting the mystery Comcast.
I have
bug.
Xfinity. I don't know why it's never happened to
I
me.
still get it occasionally, Kyle. It's just like randomly, like 2 days ago, just at 11 a.m. It just like cut out. It just cuts out sometimes.
Yo, my last year's household, who's like now this year, they switched from Comcast last year to CenturyLink this
They got
year.
the fiber.
But I guess
people
yeah, and they say it's a game changer, and they're like, dude,
I fucking bet.
screw
want fiber.
Comcast.
I would have done it, but it's literally like across the street is where it ends, like on the other side of Madison. Like
Can you
when I
see
looked at their
online
map.
where has it?
Yeah.
Like, where is fiber internet? Because, like, if I have that, yo, bye Comcast.
Yeah.
And maybe I wouldn't. Maybe
$65 a
maybe,
month too. That's not bad.
Exactly, dude. Straight up.
You know
There's
what?
Colorado Community Fiber. Do you know that there's a state-run community fiber octave
Do you have to like pay to get it like laid
network
to you though?
by Colorado? No, it's only available currently in 2 zip codes.
Yeah.
But they provide internet, cable, and landline. And for a gigabyte per second down, it's $165 a month. And for 300 megabits down, it's $995 a month.
Yeah.
So it's kind of expensive.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Oh, only 302 people have it. Okay.
Who would you rather have stealing your information, the government or Comcast?
Honestly, man,
Profits off my information, so
yeah, years of being an American has conditioned me, but like, I don't want the government knowing where my internet is. But now I'm kind of like, but what about these private companies that are actively profiting by selling my data? At least the government just like holds on to it,
Yeah.
and they're like,
it just looks
your
at
secrets.
Yeah, they just check
Yeah.
if you're a terrorist.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And meanwhile, like,
I prefer
No,
the
like-
government my info.
Like, have you? I don't know if this has happened to you, but I was talking to my mom about it. Where it's like when you like mention something in a conversation, and then like you're like on some website later, and you get an advertisement about it, even though like you never like typed it into your phone.
Mm-hmm.
it hears you through the microphone. That happens.
Who's doing it? That's what I want to know. Because someone's doing that.
Amazon, like
It's
I was having a
Google- It's
conversation.
Google and Amazon. It's
Yeah,
Google
yeah.
and
And you,
Amazon.
But is it my iPhone
You know those
also?
things, like-
it was happening to my parents. My
Yeah.
parents don't have an
Yeah.
Amazon, so it's your iPhone.
Your
Yeah.
iPhone does it. Like, everything does it. It's
Do you,
all
think do you think my computer does it?
Yes, it's doing it right now.
right now.
dude, I unplug all of my auxiliary like before I go to bed. I unplug my mic, my headphone, and my webcam.
I unplugged
Like,
this.
I hate to be kind of like sus, but
There's a subreddit where you can go, like, people just post links to other people's webcams, so you can go like creep on people.
That's really weird. Yeah, I know. Those communities exist.
do you guys remember? I think this was the beginning, or like autumn of 2019 when the iOS update dropped, where you could like do the face time like
Yes.
bug, and then you have
Oh,
access
yeah.
to the other person's webcam and mic. I went and tried. So I saw it like in school, and then like that night we had some sort of like a fraternity meeting, and I tried it, and straight up, dude, I got into my roommate's phone and just, I mean, she was just like walking, but it was just like, watching the phone like move up and down, and I was like, holy shit, this is real. And
Yeah.
and then I text her, I'm like, hey, by the way, you should update your phone. It's like they got to fix that. That was spooky.
That's
That was like,
scary.
I was like, if someone like me could just like fuck around, like, I want to see if this gag works, and it works, and you're like, that's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a real problem.
That's why you want to like unplug your camera even when you turn off your PC, man, because you can like access that shit still.
When it's turned off.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like when your computer's shut
Yeah.
down, you think they can access your camera?
I don't know about shut down. I don't know anything about that.
I shut my
well,
computer
'cause
off
your
every
mouse-
night.
Your mouse, your camera,
Yep,
like
we do
everything that's like connected is still getting power
They
unless you
turn
hit the
off.
off switch.
Oh, my computer
Yeah,
doesn't
mine
have an
does
off
that.
switch on the back. It's weird.
Okay, then unplug
Wait, there's
it.
no off switch on the back. What
Yeah,
do you
my,
mean?
my pre-built does not have an off switch on the back.
So you can't even turn
like a
Like you can't
What
turn
the
off the
hell?
power supply. No, you have to unplug it.
because I do that every
mine
night.
doesn't have that either. Mine doesn't have that either.
You don't have like a little switch. It's like a little like, and it like goes.
No,
Oh.
mine's like a workstation tower, and I don't have a little
Yeah.
switch on the back. There's a tester light for the power supply, but that's it. There's no
Yeah.
physical switch.
I always like
I have a
turn it
switch,
all
like
off.
I have like a splitter under my desk, or whatever. Just like it's like 2 prongs, and then it has 6 on the outside.
Yeah.
And there's just a switch on it. So like turn everything off, and before I go to bed, just flick that off.
Damn.
Yeah, man, we're paranoid out here, man. It's 2021. Like,
Dude, well,
I'm
I guess
scared
it
of
makes more sense for
everything,
you
dude.
guys if your cameras are facing your beds. Like, I don't really care. Like, if
Oh.
someone like
No.
sees
Yeah,
my
but
like living room.
that's like someone like intruding on your like personal life though. Like seriously, you can go like I can fuck
I don't
around
think
for
anyone.
like an hour and figure out how to do it again.
I don't think anyone has my camera.
It's all
Micah,
because Xbox
I'm gonna
Connect.
find this subreddit because
Yeah.
you can find any
It's
camera.
probably
dude.
not around anymore. I feel like Reddit's been like getting rid of things. You got to go to 4chan for something like that.
Nah, that shit's not on 4chan. I mean, there's like meetup shit on 4chan, but
Yo, Micah,
Yeah.
our sophomore year house has fiber.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
and I see the cutoff on. Oh,
Did you see the cutoff?
Gotta go back.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fucking ridiculous.
That's whatever. I'm gonna have to get used to it a little bit slower when
Oh.
I go to Wyoming.
Okay, so here's
I mean, what do they have out there? What
Not
do they have
bad
out
actually.
there?
300
Here you go.
megabits. I could get 300 down.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
not bad. That's not bad
Spectrum?
at all.
opentopia.com.
Wait, is that like the service provider?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like
They don't have
300 is
Comcast out there?
fine. Nah.
Opentopia. Wow.
Yeah, man,
There's
that's
a bunch
just
of
sus. The world is a sus place.
Here's this one. There's Instacam.
All right, Kendall. Try to
Like-
get into my webcam. I bet you can't do it.
No,
Can you not do it?
I just
Well,
don't
he can't
want
do
to.
it. No, he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it if he wanted to.
I can do
Why
it.
not?
I could do it if I really put my mind to it, but I'd rather play Halo. So
Yeah, I'm not gonna try and snoop around anyone's internet, man. I already I'm my
Kendall, it's-
hands aren't really clean on the internet, so I got to be careful.
It said she knows she's getting watched.
that's just a webcam though. It's weird.
Yes.
I don't want to look at it. I don't want to click on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want me to go hunt down your webcam? Fuck you.
You think my
Yeah.
webcam's on one of these websites?
It could be. It could be.
How
You
would
don't
have they
know.
gotten it? I have an antivirus. I use I like run Malwarebytes. Like,
Like,
I feel like,
how
dude,
this shit works?
do you know
know
how
how this shit
fucking
works?
stupid people are with their computers? I feel like I'm not like the mark. Like like, dude,
But
people
you don't know how.
I used to never turn
Yeah,
my
but-
computer off.
I turn my computer off. I have fucking I run Malwarebytes. I don't know. I feel like it would detect it.
I'm
My
like,
camera has a
dude.
light when it's on.
But you're not using a virus to look at that lady's webcam on that link I sent.
There's a virus that's getting that webcam routed
Are
to
you
them. Yeah, how do you think they're doing it?
How do you think they're doing it? Do you know anything about this? I don't.
I don't
Like,
know. I'll talk like I do.
I don't know how this works, so I'm not gonna.
I'm
pretend
pretty.
like
I feel like I've seen like a Vice documentary about this shit, and I'm gonna talk out of my ass about it. I think they put a virus on your computer.
Shit.
I think it's just safe to operate under the assumption that anyone can figure out anything about what you're doing at any moment.
Yeah,
They
that's
have
why I'm like, whatever.
They have pacemakers and shit, dude. Like I don't know how this works.
Yeah.
They have pacemakers.
Yeah.
Well, you can
I don't
hack
know
a pacemaker and kill someone. Like
Yeah, that's
like,
why I don't.
I've
I
seen
would
people
not
do-
get like. Would you guys get cyberpunk like body augmentations?
Yeah, and it could
Hell
probably get hacked.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that shit. I don't want to get hacked.
I would.
Yeah, so unplug your webcam when you turn off your PC.
I don't care.
Totally.
I'm not out here.
I'd get the double jump mod from Cyberpunk. I'd get the double jump. Maybe that's
I
kind
would
of
fuck with some cyber
Oh, that'd be
body
sweet.
parts. Hell yeah.
But Kendall, I don't want to like go behind
Yo,
my
I
computer every
think-
day and unplug the USB. Well,
Oh,
So
my
this works.
webcam's plugged into the front. Put it in the front, so I can just pull it out easy. I keep that one in the front. No, but straight up, like, yo,
Micah,
honestly,
how don't you know that you aren't just an android yourself, bro? In all your memories.
because I can pour water on myself.
dump the whole bottle.
Robots don't like water.
Yeah, that's true.
I drink water, dude. I'm good.
Damn, that's true. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
You pour water. No, you pour water inside a computer and see how it does.
yeah, I know. Yeah,
I guess that's
mean,
how you find
logical.
them. When like robots take over the earth, you just like don't be paranoid. Just ask them to drink some water in front of you.
I'll just carry around a hose with me. Firemen are gonna be our like first line of defense against
true.
the fucking androids.
Yeah.
Yo, honestly, man, for like any kind of crime, I think I'd rather like call a firefighter. They're like jacked.
Yeah, what if we just like
First
replace
of all,
police
every
with just?
firefighter's like ripped.
What if we just replace
You have an
police with
axe.
firefighters with axes? That sounds cool.
Well, I
That's
mean,
what
they
should
all
be.
come anyways. They all come.
That's what
So
the
it's
police
like
should
call
be.
the fire.
They should.
The fire.
Yeah,
They should just be
jacked as fuck.
Yeah, abolish the police and like just give the
Or how,
let the
or just how
firefighters do
about
it.
no more
Fire department.
How about no more fat policemen either? That's
Hey, you don't
Dude,
see fat
every
firemen, do you?
firefighter.
They're like in decent shape.
Firefighters are trained EMTs. They're all trained
Exactly.
EMTs.
last
So
night.
like these dudes do everything.
I was watching people run away from the cops, and the cops can never catch them because they're fat as hell.
Well, they just get shot.
He
It's
just
the cop out.
a few
You know,
beers
you're
and
like,
watching
yep.
cops chase down people.
What
Yeah,
was
I
that
do
show
that.
we watched? Kind of at your house one time. Live PD, I think.
What were we watching?
Live PD.
I think I saw. I
My
think.
House?
Are you sure it's
Yeah,
not
I
just
think
like
so.
cops?
Maybe it was with Kyle. It might have just been with Kyle there. I don't know if you were there or not now. If you don't
I don't
remember
think
it, but
so.
I remember
I think
sitting
I
on
remember
your
what you're
couch
talking about.
watching live PD. It's like cops. Same
It's
idea,
not
I
the
think.
same.
It's just
No,
propaganda.
Is
like
it body cams or
Yeah, it's body
like,
cam footage. It's all body cam footage.
Just watch
Dude,
watch
my-
Real World Police on YouTube. It's all body cam footage.
damn?
I strongly dislike the TV show Cops on Principle, but like the first season or like maybe two, the first like 2 seasons of Cops is fucking nuts. Like
Yeah.
actually like for real nuts. Like where they're just like, yeah, Florida, okay, cool. By the way, we're gonna try and like, yeah, propaganda. We're gonna try and make you guys like look cool, look good, and they're just busting down like real crack houses. Like this is not like it's not staged, and they just like bust into these places trying to be all like cool, and you're like, what on earth? This is like cops are like, yep, let's go bust these people, and it's like, what do people want to see us bust? And it's just, I mean, it's half of it's just crack houses, but it's just like so surreal because the whole thing is like, yep, we want to look better because we have some blemishes on our record. Videotape us busting down trap houses, please.
Get
And the
them.
first like season or two are really like they're kind of nuts. They're pretty nutty. But the rest of it, I didn't really care for because
I like
yeah,
watching the white
propaganda.
trash. I like watching the white trash on Cops, dude.
Dude, that people need to understand that like the police, like absolutely like in conjunction with like how police oppress minorities in the US, like people need to I mean, I think people know, but people need to like, I don't know, be reminded like police officers oppress like poor white people like a lot too.
Yeah.
Not like to the same degree. Like there are different sets of struggles based on race, class, and presented gender. Like in the between like police officer interactions. That's something that like unfortunately I think that like rural white people feel like you forget about them, and they're like, well, we get like fucking brutalized by police officers too. And it's like, I mean, yeah, the race problem, it has like institutional ties, and it's very important to talk about and highlight. But it's like, yeah, man, the cops like get poor people too. Like
Well,
it's
I
a
mean,
class thing too.
yes,
Absolutely.
it's. I mean, like the law is just there to facilitate the poor. It's not there to facilitate the rich. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
very little laws facilitating what corporations and
Can do.
companies can
Yeah.
do. But there's plenty of laws facilitating what individual citizens can and can't do.
Yeah, dude, and I can't walk around shirtless at Walmart. What the fuck?
Yeah, god damn it.
Where's my freedom, brother?
Freedom ain't free.
hmm
Freedom ain't free.
Hey man, I mean, like hillbillies got to stay out of jail too, bro. Like we
Mhm.
we have to all unite together and realize that we're all in this together, and we're all dumb, and the cops hate all of us, and
Yeah, man. Like people understand like most of us are on the same team, especially when it comes to a lot of issues in the US that we think are like polarized. And it's like, no. In reality, like they're not polarized. Like majority of Americans are all on board with a
Yeah,
bunch of stuff. And it's
Workers of
like
the world are
that's the
fucking
big thing. That's the big thing. The big thing you said, Noah, was we all just gotta realize we're all stupid. We're all dumb.
we're all dumb. Yeah,
We all think we have it figured out.
yes, I know.
No.
I know.
No one has it
like,
figured out. Everyone's faking it.
Like that's what we need to
No, absolutely.
realize. Like anyone who's telling you that they've got it figured out is selling you something, and like
yeah, absolutely.
and like ultimately it just comes down to the person who's the only thing that we know is that everyone needs food and shelter and an opportunity to connect with others based on what
Yeah.
they find interesting in life.
Now that actually brings me to
Yeah.
an idea I had at the beginning, like right before we started recording, when we were talking about like the inevitable demise of capitalism.
Yeah.
How long do you think we could push it would be pushed if there was like rent and food covered? Like everybody has rent and food money every month. Like
How long what would be pushed? Like,
like the downfall of capitalism, would that? I feel like that would extend it a while, because like I feel like that would help people a lot.
No, I think if you covered if rent and food got covered, people would realize the futility of capitalism.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because
Like-
just imagine the opposite. Who opposes that? Like
Yeah.
you are an American and it's like your rent is free and your food is free. It's
And
like
healthcare,
who's
throw that in there.
opposed?
Like,
Yeah,
why-
healthcare I think is important too.
It's like
And clean
like,
water.
so many products
food.
so many products people would realize would be totally unnecessary to produce. It's like I work at Whole Foods and I don't shop at Whole Foods, and like
Do you get a discount if you did?
yeah,
How much?
and 20%, but
Okay,
it
that's
still
decent.
doesn't make
Oh, that's
that
still
much of a
super
difference.
expensive.
But like I work at Whole Foods and I don't shop at Whole Foods, and if I didn't work at Whole Foods, there would be no reason I would never go to Whole Foods at
Yeah.
all. So
I
like
don't.
that's the thing. Like the people that do go to Whole Foods are the people who like make enough money to shop at Whole Foods. And if everyone already had food provided for them, like the amount of people that would shop at Whole Foods like would just diminish, and like Whole Foods would be no more, and like that would just
Do you think so? Because wouldn't the rich people still want Whole Foods? They want the fancy stuff. Wouldn't like more like the Kroger
Well,
go away?
well again like
What's
less
the
and less.
standard is food production.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like
Not, I mean,
what I'm saying is like less people would work, and so
Well, what if it was just
therefore-
like not as like we'll give you food and rent. We'll just like a UBI more so.
I think UBI is a good first step in terms of like not policing, like not like here is your bread, this is what you get, kind of like fear, just like UBI, man. There you go.
Here's
You can be
enough
responsible with
money
it.
for food and rent. Not Whole Foods money, but like $150.
Is it flat? Is it flat
person
for every
a month.
American, or is it
Yeah, it'd be flat.
proportional to your
I think you got to do flat.
your area's
yeah.
cost of living?
Oh no, that's the best
It
way
would
to
have
do
to be
it.
flat.
I think
Well,
flat is the
think about
easiest
it.
to like get people on board with.
Yeah, because here we'll be getting more money than someone in say like
Wyoming.
rural Alabama or something
Yeah.
like that. Or Wyoming, yeah. So it's like
No,
they
it
would
should be
have like
flat,
very
and it should
little
be-
incentive to like they get more.
It should be like here's like what fucking like every person gets like how much money, like $1,500-$1,600 a month food rent.
Yeah. Give me a stimmy every month, Joe Biden.
Bit
Fucking
less.
give me it.
It depends on the place. Like
I mean,
Okay,
like
let's see.
again,
Well-
like that.
Let's shoot low. 600.
Yeah.
600 instead of
UBI like
1600?
that is not even like that wouldn't make a difference at all. Like that would just
what 1,600 a month.
yeah, that would be
It's like
way
rent.
too low. That's like
That's like a mortgage. That's like my mortgage.
Well, that's per
Yeah,
person, not per household.
I'd be set on that.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Yeah.
like per person, 1,600 a month. Like I feel like that would
Yeah.
like help people a lot.
It would
'Cause
would
it's-
help
it-
it would help people a lot, but it definitely wouldn't like lead to any kind of shift in the
Oh
larger
no, yeah, exactly, yeah.
context. I
But
mean,
that's
it
why
would,
I'm saying like I think like if they want to like keep the system going, they're gonna have to do something like that.
Yeah,
They're gonna
Oh,
have
100%.
to.
There's no way.
and that, I mean, that's what they're already sort of. I mean, again, like that's what sort of Marx like said. Like these like socialist principles are like inevitable because capitalism in its purest form is not sustainable. So it's like
Well, so
no matter what, like we're always going to end up with some kind of form of UBI, some kind of form of privatized healthcare because there's no other way to do it, really. Like it is
so I
sustainable.
agree. I definitely agree, but the only thing that keeps the doubt in my mind, like I absolutely, yeah, I think it's inevitable. The one thing that I've actually grown to appreciate, I've gone up and down, back and forth on how much I enjoy the Cyberpunk game. But the more I play it and just like walk around and like listen to the radio, the more and more I realize that like it's not very different than the USA today. The whole thing is like the city's like crime ridden and there's like it's like poverty is huge and yeah, there's rampant crime. And you like if you like listen to the radios around town, they just talk about like local mass shooting at this district or whatever, 5 dead. And then it's like that happens like weekly in this country.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
happens weekly. And then on top of that, huge poverty, all these homeless people. But the thing is, like, yeah, 2077, it's just capitalism has just kept going. And then people can't keep up. Crime skyrockets. People like, yeah, can't live. And then you get like the ultra rich, but then it stays that way because when like wealth scales, the people who protect the wealth have to scale too. And they talk a lot about how the state grows in terms of like privatized police force and privatized prisons, and how it's like the police get bigger guns too, and then it's just like all the police are just military, and it's just everyone's like rocking the biggest guns, the thickest armors. So it's like every police interaction just gets like more and more and more dangerous because like
Yeah.
people get more and more and more desperate because the wealth inequality gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
It's
And I
crazy.
just like
yeah.
thinking about that. And it's like,
Guess
yeah,
how
like people
many
just shoot people.
guess how many shootings there have been since Boulder?
Like
Oh,
Oh no.
double
I don't
digits,
blame
double
one.
digits. I know
No.
at least three. I kept up with it, and I know at least three.
It's April
wanna
7th.
guess.
March 22nd
Mhm.
was the day of the shooting. How many do you think?
Double digits?
I think it's
Okay.
double digit. I know of at least three. That's 2 weeks. It's 24 days. Or I'm sorry.
I mean, here's the thing.
16 days.
Here's the thing about that. I mean, here's the thing about violence in America, right? Like we
16.
like we
Hmm.
live
23.
in
What?
a realm where
23 in
violence
16 days.
is only visible to us on occasion. Like
Mhm.
it only appears to us in certain events. In urban centers, violence is always visible. Violence is always
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
present. And
It's
that's the
always
thing
happening.
what we're talking about here. The collapse of capitalism is the collapse of the suburbs. Capitalism
Mhm.
has already collapsed in the cities. And
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
it has been completely erased from our visibility due to gentrification in the media and stuff like that. What capitalism, when it actually will reach a point of like actual collapse, is when the environment uh, forces all these problems that already exist in urban centers into the suburbs. Like uh massive, or it might even happen vice versa because of like forest fires, but like once like sea levels rise and urban populations have to move into suburban populations, like it is going to be huge like clash of cultures that occurs, and like
Yeah.
that's gonna be the
Mhm.
real like civil unrest that we're talking about here.
I was
And
just thinking about that. Yeah.
and like that's like that is like truly when like people who have lived in the suburbs for the last like 50, 60 years will like actually be exposed
To what
to,
it looks like.
yeah, and what it actually is to live in America, which is like not knowing uh where your next meal is coming from, not knowing if you're going to have a
Mhm.
house the next month, stuff like that. Like that is not saying that's going to be the lifestyle of everyone, but it's going to become so much more visible to people. Like we're going to have people
Oh yeah.
knocking on our doors, like asking for shelter and stuff like that. And like it's gonna get really serious. And
Cost of living is going to skyrocket too. It's like,
exactly,
who can pay for
yes.
the houses?
hmm And who's gonna
I
build
mean,
more houses, and like who's gonna, like, what space is there?
Amazon. Well, I'll just work for Amazon then. It'll be okay. You'll watch
no,
Jeff
man.
Bezos
Well,
literally
that's the
just like
thing is,
purchases the deed to America.
hmm hmm
but like, okay, but and so like when that happens, um, like, what does the collapse look like? Because like, will the military like have to like keep the civil unrest down? Because that's what like. That's my biggest fear is that like, yeah, eventually we're gonna all get mad enough, and everyone's gonna put on that Texas facade of like, get our guns, and we're gonna show the government who's boss, and they can't. And I'm like, if you do you think you can buddy any police department? Like the guns that the police department can own. Fuck U.S. military. We're talking about like police departments can own automatic weapons. And I'm like,
They can
you
own
think you
tanks.
can like already? Yeah, it's like
They're
you
fucking
think you
police
can take a
tanks.
police department? How many motherfuckers do you think you could like put in a line to like fight up one police department?
It'd be a
So like
massacre.
I think
What
about
about
that, and
one
it's like
SWAT team? Think about one SWAT team.
if they want to
I
steamroll us, they can steamroll us.
what I
So it's like
honestly
this
think is
armed
gonna
resistance thing
happen
is scary.
What I think is gonna happen with the police is I think the police is gonna become like its own like sovereign like community. Like I think in like within
Oh
the
yeah.
next like 40 or 50 years, like the government is gonna go through so many switches between radical liberalism and radical conservatism that the police is just gonna grow into like this legitimately conservative fascist like unit that operates under its own
Rules, I guess. Yeah.
rules and devices.
They
Yeah.
already kind of do a little bit,
Yeah. And like their families and stuff will be considered part of that like almost like weird like ethereal nation, and like
Mhm.
there'll be like a faction in American
Fuck.
society.
No, absolutely, dude. No,
Yeah,
that's
that
a
makes sense.
thing in cyberpunk. That's the thing. They
Like,
talk
they're
about how
already a
police like,
faction,
yeah,
Yeah.
you
they're
know?
only community each other. But
Mhm.
like, because I mean, at least in Russia, turn of the century, it like the Tsar like turned his back on like the military too, and he was like, fuck you guys, like just do what I say, I'm the king. And eventually, the military was like, oh fuck you, we have the guns, like go fuck yourself. And that
Yeah.
was like a huge like power boost because they were just shooting people in the streets at that point. They were like, get off the steps, get off the steps. And so I think about it, and I'm like, I mean, if we had like the poor people being taken advantage of by the government, low income rural white areas, military pandering and recruitment, and then lack of treatment when they come back from war and they're disabled, and then they're homeless and
Yeah.
riddled with disability. It's like if that demographic who like is the one who like gives their youth and their lives and their bodies and their like ability to like, hold the gun. It's like if that demographic like realizes like the L's that they're being forced to take for like the good of others, I think there's a much bigger like
Yeah.
like much bigger movement. But if like private corporations double down and Amazon's like, fuck it, you know what? Fuck you guys. All police departments, you know what? We'll like quadruple your fucking, well, 10 times your fucking pay. Okay, we're gonna 10 times your pay. Defend us. And it's like the U.S. government can like, I mean, Jeff Bezos can fucking like what buy countries and whole countries in Africa. So like, dude can be just like, fuck it, let's quadruple every single police department's income. You still want to quit and like turn against us?
I do think Amazon is not far from like building its own
Private military.
building its own gated communities with its own police force.
Yeah,
And, like,
for like the
yeah.
employees.
Dude,
Yeah,
why can I
providing-
see it so clearly?
Yeah, like providing
Oh.
its employees homes and like their own
Oh.
stores and stuff like that. Like, I don't think we're far off from that. And like it's not unlikely that those communities would have their own police forces and security forces.
And it's all private too. There is no U.S. law when it comes to private police.
Mm-hmm.
I think mutual aid is going to be the move because I'm like, there's nothing. I think in that realm, it's like, yeah, that's right, bitch. You still got to go to work for me, and you still got to do shit for me, and I still have you under my boot. But it's like, okay, how about you just like, quote unquote, I know easier said than done, like drop out of society and like mutual aid, where you focus on growing your own food and like, creating your own infrastructure. And I understand that's like way easier said than done because infrastructure takes like decades to like piece together and design and implement. And then you have to, get your own fucking land. But then it's like cut out and it's just like, nope, bye-bye. Like we are our own county. And like, you don't leave the US. Like you still have to be in the US because you try and secede and the fucking government's like, no. But like, yep, we are our own county, part of the state of Colorado, and we pay state tax and we pay federal income tax. But we're like separate. We are our own self-sustaining community, and we don't need like outside dependencies that force us to work for Amazon.
Yeah.
And then that is just kind of like that's all we can do, man. There's not much like I can't fight the government. I can't fight the government.
When we're 50 and this shit's happening, should we just make our own little community? Fucking
Yeah, man.
Moving to Greenland.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be more popular. I mean, like then like even we can like think of like the whole idea of like, and it's not even going to be like we go out in the woods or whatever. It's going to be like whatever apartment building you're in, like you're gonna have like some like Discord server, and like people are gonna be like sharing food and like updating each other and like giving people rides to like work and shit because it's just gonna be that rough like out there. Like
it's gonna be
mutual aid's what we're gonna rely on. Unfortunately, I think because like I mean health is private. So
let's go buy a fuck ton of land in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Buy a fuck ton of land and then just put a fence and say, get out of here. Stay out of my backyard, please. And they're like, you have to pay taxes. And it's like, okay.
I'm just going to go sell
we'll pay our taxes.
Can we grow? No. Let's buy land. And then like once like marijuana is fairly legalized, we should totally grow marijuana.
Yeah.
Dude, Wyoming has some fucking rough terrain. Like all the soil is like ridden with rocks. So, to infrastructure, Wyoming is going to take some fucking manpower. Like you need to, everyone needs to be out there digging rocks out of the goddamn ground. Huh?
Montana worse or easier?
Montana's like got too much national park energy. I think that it's too like, protected and pretty. And I mean, the close to Canada move is kind of nice for like emergency white flight, just like bye.
Just walk across the border.
I think Wyoming's good because Wyoming's rural enough and like they're kind of like Texas energy of like get out of my backyard, but not like Texas energy of like we could single-handedly 1v1 the U.S. military, and it's like no, can't do
I
that.
just think Wyoming's gonna be kind of like a hot
The Wild
zone.
West.
Yeah, because I mean, like Kanye is gonna have a huge chunk of that land just like
Oh,
up and
true.
down. He's got his own little community there, and like I don't know if he's gonna let us into that shit. Like I don't like unless like we're working for him when the apocalypse
That's
happens.
why we gotta
like,
no. We have to make a mixtape
Why-
to hand
This is
him.
why we want to. I mean, Micah, you brought up that idea like last week. I've been thinking about it. Like that'd be fucking awesome. Like you and the boys all buy some land in Wyoming.
Yeah,
Yo,
he's building a
I just
10-bedroom
thought of
mansion
something.
with 2 underground garages in his $14 million ranch.
Dude, imagine having that kind of money.
yeah,
Fuck.
I think Kanye should be Batman. Like I feel like his next step should be like announcing
Batman.
I'm becoming a superhero. Like I'm gonna go into exile and train for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Just comes out
Come
like
back.
ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got like all these gadgets and shit. Dude, I'd be so
Yeah,
down.
He's in like a
okay.
foam. He's got a foam suit though, like the Yeezy foam.
Yeah.
It's like this impenetrable like super material shit.
All right. Well, what
I
you do is you buy land and
understand.
build a moat.
To the Kanye copter.
Yes.
Okay, I totally understand that there are significant ecological ramifications, and it's again easier said than done. But fucking Hoover Dam makes 4.2 terawatt hours of electricity, and it's enough to power almost a little over or a little under 4% of the entire country's electricity, and they operate at 23% capacity.
What?
I just think about that, and I'm like, what if we like upped the ante though?
And what, just destroy
Well,
the ecosystem?
Doesn't a
Well,
lot
that's
of
the
that
thing, is
power
the,
get divided to the fucking casinos and shit?
well, the thing is, Las Vegas is 100% renewable.
Really?
People like
What?
shit on Las Vegas. Yeah, well, yeah. It's just all, dude. Hoover Dam produces 4% of the country's energy, and what is around it? Like, what is there?
Nothing.
It's not like you got like 5 LAs just like sucking it. It's like, nah, man, you're like, it's just too far away from things.
Oh, so
to,
it's like better to just like
efficiently
give
transmit
it,
over long
yeah,
distances.
bring it all there because you're gonna be losing energy to transport it. I bet.
Dude,
Wow.
I did a road trip through the Southwest like 2 years ago, and we drove. I mean, Hoover Dam was my favorite stop, and we drove like around the area, and my guy is just desert. It's fucking desert. So like, you know what? Global warming, global warming, man. Fucking let's buy a plot of land in the fucking desert and have the dam power it for free, and just build a lot of shade.
Chilling.
Solar panels and air conditioners. Solar
Yeah,
panels and air conditioners,
I'm
man.
down with that. I'm down with that idea.
The desert's gonna be like in an. It's not gonna be habitable at that point. Like it's
We
gonna
got
be
it
like storms and
underground.
shit.
Mhm.
Oh shit!
Bunkers.
Underground. There's so much underground real estate. Everyone talks about building the skyscraper up, but what if you built it down?
Oh, you could go way further down than you could go up.
Yeah, I wonder.
And guess what temperature it is under the earth?
Is
It's like
for
always 54 Fahrenheit, always. So it's like,
Mhm.
What it is? It's
always
54.
foggy.
It's 54
yeah,
Fahrenheit all
it's
the
staying
time.
at constant temperature like pretty much the whole time. If you go deep enough, 54 is like
Oh, that's nice.
usually where
I'm
it just
okay
like
with that.
maintains. Yeah,
Not
that's
too
like
bad.
where we like in our air, like our latitude, I should say,
Yeah.
our latitude. It's about 54.
Yeah.
If you go deep, you can get to the geothermal layer, and it does begin to get hot. But that's the thing, is that like, I mean, heat engines like are more efficient like the bigger the temperature difference is. But like if you have something that's always a certain temperature, and then somewhere that's like always a lower temperature, it's like you could have heat engines that just keep working. And our problem up here is like we need to keep it cool. We need to keep things cool. But you just have like, they're smaller, they're like way less powerful, but you don't have to worry about fuel because the fucking earth is hot, and then Earth is like cool, and then way further deep is hot, and then it's just like it just stays those temperatures like forever. So it's
Forever.
like, yeah, you have a whole infrastructure of heat engines that rely on those two like temperature reservoirs, and then it just keeps going, and like you don't have to burn anything, you don't have to like have any active cooling. It's just all done. And I think about that, and I'm like, I mean, geothermal is kind of nice. Solar and geothermal, it's like we're wasting a lot of stuff.
Are you telling me that the Earth isn't hollow?
Oh, we're gonna get to the center.
Well, you got to go deep enough. Everyone's like,
The
oh
Earth
yeah,
is just a
the
giant
middle's like a
egg, dude.
rock, and then, well, the Earth is the core is like a solid iron block, right? But
How do you
then
know that?
the crust is solid, and everything else is just liquid. They did one fucking X-ray, and we're like, shit, this bitch is hollow. What do we do? Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell no one. This shit's a Kinder egg, bro.
Hollow
Those are
Earth is
banned,
so much
man.
better than flat Earth, dude. Like flat Earth is lame. Hollow Earth is where it's
Hollow
at.
Earth is funny.
Yeah.
Like, imagine like tapping on the Earth and you just hear it like
Yeah, it's just an echo.
echo.
That'd be fun.
Oh, do you guys want to call it there?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
2
Oh, a
hours.
huge portion of California is powered by Hoover Dam.
Wow, that's awesome.
All right. One last thing that I looked up before we call it is the tallest building in the world is like 2,700 feet, and we've dug 12,000 feet underground, so we're not even close. There's a lot of
We're
underground
not
real
even
estate.
close. Not even
The
close.
towers can't fall underground.
Mm-mm.
Well,
Guess what doesn't happen underground? 9/11.
9/11. All right. That's a show.
9/11.